Good day, colleagues. I'm glad to see you at Cross Culture Training. Welcome to our international big company. Let me greet you in traditional way. Ni hao. Let me start. Today we will talk about peculiarities and special moments in greetings, business meetings, gifts, and table manners in Chinese culture. First of all, let's think about what is the definition of the word culture. When we think about this word, we have some associations. It is shown in the wheel on the slide. So we can say that culture is beliefs, behaviors, objects, and other characteristics shared by groups of people. The influence of cultural factors on business is extensive. Culture impacts how employees are best managed based on their values and priorities. It also impacts the functional areas of marketing, sales, and distribution. It can affect a company's analysis and decisions on how to enter a new market. Let's start from the first theme. It's greeting. First of all, let us imagine that we are going to the meeting with business clients or with Chinese colleagues or with Chinese guests. First of all, we can do not forget about being on time. Punctuality is the main thing which is important. Chinese people, also Chinese businessmen, likes punctual people. Though it means you respect if you come on time or if you're being late, if you send some message about your lateness or about the circumstances, and it will show your respect. And here, appearance. Please be on time to the meetings and be in business style. Wear business suits or shirts or smart casual style. And modesty. Please be modest. We can show it by two things. The first thing is greeting, handshake or nodding. Handshake are the standard casual greeting. The grip tends to be lighter than the Western handshake and is also sustained for longer. In formal situations, people bow slightly or not in showing to his respectness. In business sphere, there is no any difference in greeting between women and men. Women also greet with handshake or just bow. And the moments that you have to remember. Being late for online or offline business meeting may cause difficulties in negotiations. And use the word Mr. or Miss before the name. It shows your respect. And keep physical distance and subordination in order not to lose a face. Mediators or interpreters can be your guides at your meeting. And let's talk about the stage after the greeting. It's time to share with business cards. In Chinese culture, everything receiver and giver gives everything with two hands. While you are receiver, you have to receive business card with your two hands and read it for 2-3 seconds and keep it in your pocket. Not throw away, not just put on the table. Please be so kind and put the business card into your pocket or into your suit's pocket. Okay, we are going to the next stage. Imagine that You greeted people, you shared with the business cards, and it's time to start negotiations. As the meetings in Chinese culture can take place for 3 or 4 times. It's a very long negotiations. And these negotiations can take from months or more time. And in negotiations, there is no chance to say no. Chinese culture, the word no can be shown in other words. For example, another time, there is no need, maybe next time, let me think about it, it's a good idea, but, and if you see, no one can say no directly. They just say refuse in warm form. This slide demonstrates Chinese business style. Here you see American way. The American business, in American business, businessman can say no directly and refuse. But in Chinese way, Chinese also seeks the way to say no, seeks the way to solve the problem, or making the acute situations more warmer and more peaceful, so they can say that another time, or the idea is good but not this time, or they can say that we can go to back this for maybe after month or after 2 months. So we came to the third stage. Third stage about gifts. Successful business meetings can be finished with gifts. What gifts to give and what not to give. Here you see 4 items: pear, flowers, and 4 fingers, and presents. And you can think, what is that? I will say the definition. The number 4 sounds like death. In Chinese, the number 4 is pronounced similar to the word death. And as related with 4 is associated with bad luck. So do not give gifts in sets in multiple of 4. Other numbers such 73 means the funeral and 84 meaning having accidents are to be avoided. Also avoid gifts with 250 numbers because it means dump with 5 with CB characters. And the next one is pears. Giving fruit is a good thing, but not pears. The Chinese word for pear sounds the same as the word for leaving or parting. Cut flowers are generally presents for funerals, so do not give them in Chinese New Year also. And the next one is gifts. Gifts in white and black are often used in funerals too. Clock. Clocks is for bad luck. In Chinese, saying giving a clock has the same pronunciation as the phrase Songzhong, when the family as a deceased person has completed the burial of their loved one. So clocks or watches are bad gifts. However, there are exceptions when the clock comes from a very luxury brand or a very high price tag. And you see here shoes. Shoes sounds like evil in Chinese. Do not buy it for your girlfriend. As though ghost, she would use them and run away from you. And the next one is cap, green hats. A green hat metaphor in Chinese. With green hat, that means that a man's wife is unfaithful, or vice versa. Handkerchiefs, a symbol of saying goodbye. To give a handkerchief to someone A farewell greeting, the gift could refers to break up. It's given between couples. Next, candles. Candles are for memorizing the dead. Necklace. Necklace don't give a necklace or comb with a gift to a patronic friend. Chinese people think that with necklace, ties, combs, and belts are associated with intimate relation. So the next, sharp things. Sharp, don't give sharp things also. It can be as a symbol of death. And mirrors. Chinese people believe that they invite to the house the ghosts. So I hope you have remembered the things not to give. The best things to give to Chinese people is business gifts such as notebooks, pens, pencils of luxury brands, and cups, but not in full quantity. So thank you. So we will go to the next section. It's a business lunch. So, as with a business meeting in China, arrive early or at least on time. Being late is a sign of disrespect. You should dress in accordance with everyone else at the dinner. If they're all wearing suits, and you should do the same. However, if they're more casual, you can be too. How do you say sit? Often in Chinese restaurants and in Chinese table, the dishes are also put in the center, and the dishes are also given with rice. Please, while the dinner, use the chopsticks. The host pays for all the other participants at the business dinner or lunch, and a fruit or dessert can be signals that the meal may be the ending. And the next is the polite to use chopsticks during your meal. Do not drop your chopsticks, so leave food on your plate, and it's considered perfectly acceptable, even courteous, is if the host to burp, slurp, and belch while eating in China. Here are some differences between Chinese and the European culture, or we can say Kazakhstani culture. So complaints. We can complain on everything. But in Chinese mentality and business, the complaints are not acceptable. Lifestyle. Everyone in European society lives alone or goes somewhere alone, and they spend time alone. But in Chinese, the difference between the meaning of punctuality. Punctuality, we mean being on the time, but in Chinese culture, punctuality is being before the appointed time. Human networking. The main thing in Chinese business is networking. So please keep in mind that all business meetings are arranged with participation of mediators. The view of superior. White figure demonstrates the boss. We leaders of the groups, bosses, we address them in equal. But in Chinese, boss is a big man, big boss whose words are law for everyone, and everyone are obliged to listen to them. And here the difference towards the anger. When we are angry, we show our angriness with our face. So I want to end my presentation with a quote: the Chinese culture belongs not only to the Chinese but also to the whole world. So we can say that the Chinese culture is interesting, also deep and philosophic. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.